We have no mercy for those that come to disrupt the restoration of this struggle. We don't negotiate with anyone. We will never do that. Because when you do things like that, you encourage the same thing to be inside the government, and they will continue to do what they are doing. There's an added access.
Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I welcome you once again to this amazing platform where we bring you information that has to do with the United States of Biafra. Information coming from the right source. In this platform, we promote and support the restoration fully and recognition of the United States of Biafra under our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and of the Supreme Commander of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, under the leadership of Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, the Deputy Prime Minister. Wherever you are and you're watching this program, I welcome you. Please like and share to all platforms. In this program, we will be continue to show you information that are coming from all angles, more especially things that has to do with the Biafran territory, regardless where it is, whether in the east, in the west, in the north, in the south. We bring it before you so that you can digest it and have a rethink and know where you stand. The only thing that can guarantee our freedom in that contraption called Nigeria is Biafra. It is either Biafra or nothing. And wherever you are, continue to support the United States of Biafra. That is the only way to go. That is the only way you can have good economy and have security. Regardless what you see today, do not get distracted. Do not get bemoved. Continue to stand your ground, to demand for self-determination because it is your right. Do not allow anyone to take away the right to self-determination, the right to self-defense, and the right to life from you. Kindly watch this video for more wisdom. Let's watch.
Much cool. My in-house guest here is CP Chuks Ewanwu and Mr. Lawal Ekundaya. They'll be giving us their perspective to the issues on the hot topic. CP Chuks, I'm going to start off with you this evening. Are you surprised to hear the response from Bayo Nanuga and Daniel Bwala on the remarks made by Peter Obi? I want you to recall that when that state of emergency was declared, it's a very recent state of emergency. I even have the audio where Peter Obi made some remarks concerning what transpired and how he described his own scenario when he was, the governor of Anambra State and how he went through his impeachment process. Now, on that very day when the situation occurred, CP Chuks, let me tell you something. On that very day it occurred, as the president just finished giving his live broadcast, Atiku tweeted immediately. He reacted. Showore has been on 3 media forums, popular media forums, berating this administration, call them all sorts of derogatory names, call the president certain names. You know how bold and audacious he is. I did not hear the presidency or anyone from the presidential cabinet come out to chastise him, to castigate his comment. Obasanjo has also made a remark as well against the state of emergency declared in Rivers State. The presidency has come out to actually disclose that Obasanjo was one of the persons that introduced bribery into our democracy. That's basically what Bayo Nanuga referred to in response to Obasanjo's criticism to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's state of emergency declaration. And it's funny because as it stands right about now, you begin to wonder, when did we get to this level? And it only took them speaking about Peter Obi's remarks. Maybe we should hear what Peter Obi said first. Maybe that will help us understand what this whole thing means or how Peter Obi went far. And then also speak on what Showore said and how brazen Showore made his comments. So let's just briefly listen to Peter Obi, and then you help me explain why they pick on him. Because Showore has called Peter Obi a wimp, that it's easy for them to pick on him because they know he wouldn't react. I don't know what he means by that, but let's listen to this.
What Bishop Kuka said, he said it's a work in progress. Let me follow my brother when he said about 1999. If you look at where we are today, it's like They started in 1999, laid the foundation. Some people came and took it a decking, and some people were trying to raise it to first floor, and some people came and knocked everything down. That's the situation. We have to knock down. Nothing works. And I'm somebody who can say this exemplarily. I became a governor to the court when President Obasanjo and Atiku were governors. I did not pay the court one naira. I was sitting in my house in the office, and the court declared me winner. When the governor is not student, it can happen in Nigeria today. When I was being impeached, the president sent people to come and intervene on my behalf. Ken Namani came begging house people not to impeach me. Today, the president impeaches the person. So that is the thing that's for us. They were begging my house not to impeach me. And they were PDP. I was in anger. And they were begging. President was calling me and said, Peter, are you okay? Even when I was impeached, President Obasanjo called me and said, are you okay? Are you safe? When I go back from the court, when court eventually declared me under Anjuba, President Yaradua called my phone in London and said, congrats. I said, President, I can't come back because, if I come back, these people, he said, tell me the flight in which you're coming back. And I told him, when I came in the first time, military people came to receive me at the airport. I couldn't believe it. I took me straight to him. Now the president will ask me not to come back here again. So insane. Let's not talk about it. Let's talk about how we are going to rebuild it. It's collapsing.
I'm glad that my last respondents said yes and no. So,
well, I will say to China, China is not democratic.
it isn't.
And I'm not going to compare ourselves with Singapore. It's a country of less than 5 million people. But I'll compare ourselves with Indonesia. Indonesia is 280 million. And coincidentally, the country with the highest number of Muslims. We should look at their democracy. They have what we call proportional representative. That is what I've always championed and we should do. You cannot have, let me even go back, no country in the past 3 years conducted election had less than 30% of registered voters participate in the election, and they held it. Everyone was going and check from South Africa to Mexico to Indonesia. They were not less than 60%. Nigeria was 23% of registered voters. In that 23%, Nigeria is the only country where you can be declared a winner without receiving 50% plus one of the vote. Our own was 37%. And there's no proportional representation, which is why you can't have opposition here. Because if you had that, what is said wouldn't have happened. Because the person there now have 37% of the vote, call it 40. In the Senate would have had 44 members. PDP, with their leader, would have had about 34 members.
All right, CP Chuksawa, when you've heard Peter Obi speak there, tell me how he's spreading vitriol, how he is heating up the polity, how he is casting aspersions on this administration. I want to understand where Daniel Bwala and Bayo Nanuga is coming from.
Well, I am not surprised.
Why are you not surprised?
It has been part and parcel of the style of Bayo Onanuga, of which Bwala have followed suit. The hatred from Bayo Onanuga on the Igbos, not just P2B, is alarming, it's very worrisome, and it is such that if I were the president,
The mic.
I will fire Bayo Onanuga or replace him to a less visible office where he cannot be inciting against a tribe or a group of Nigerians for whatever they believe in. His level of stereotype is extremely high. And I want to give you an instance. During the immediately after the elections
Yes.
of 2023, let me start from there. He said one thing, if I could remember, that by the time the system deals with the Igbos, Lagos will not be a comfortable place for them to remain further. Something like that.
Can you imagine? This is not working for the president.
You can imagine. People were like, what sort of thing is this? That Igbos are now coming to claim that Lagos is no man's land. When the Igbos said that, he was not able to produce such evidence because there was no such thing.
No, these are statements that go on social media.
Now, you spokesman to Mr. President is
Inciting.
raising and inciting those
Comments.
comments. So what exactly do you want to achieve by that? That one went. Into 2024, there was like that who will make irresponsible statements, will do like that, who will make irresponsible statements, will do that, and just walk away. It's insane claims and setting. Such a thing should not just go like that.
At all.
It is something that needs to have not only a national attention, an international dimension. Because from what the Igbos suffered between 1966, July, pogroms, the civil war, loss of lives, damage to property, and so on and so forth, is something. It was a total genocide. It was not a civil war. It was a calculated attempt to completely exterminate the Igbos from the surface of the earth. I stand to be contradicted.
But why? Where is this endemic hate? The hate is so, you can feel it. It's crispy and it's consistent. I don't know why. What should elicit that kind of hate? We're one nation. Why would that kind of hate be prevalent years from that time? And it has become rife now that it's like there is a resurgence of it. Because I'm shocked. You have terrorists attacking every aspect of the country.
Exactly.
You're not considering that as a priority for your administration to react to and speak to. You didn't consider a situation where you will call for an internal meeting with your security agencies and compel them to rout out Boko Haram wherever it is you can find them. ISWAP, you just heard what ISWAP did in a particular northern community. They killed several soldiers in a military base in Borno. How? After Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists launched an assault on a forward operating base in Wajiroko area of Borno State. Who gave them intel? Just 3 or 4 days ago, in Yobe State, ISWAP murdered 3 Nigerian soldiers as well. They did a video of it and posted it. You're not considering that something that you can react to? No, CP, I want to understand. How can you be in an administration that does not promote healthy opposition? Is it a crime if the opposition speaks? Because it got so bad that Peter Obi or the opposition literally went silent. When I mean opposition, Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, Kwankwaso, they all decided to let the courts take its proceedings. They don't want a situation where you rile up and supporters, and at the end of the day, anyways, when you have the state almost against you with all the powers conscripted on the particular state or region, you can't do anything about it. Others have called the opposition wimps. They've called them spineless. They refuse to be. They were not part of the protest. If you notice, the End Bad Governance protest and the Fearless protest, we didn't see any of the opposition. It was only Sowore that we saw being active. And a couple of people think that Sowore deliberately tries to insert himself in controversial situations like this. Whether you see it or not, he has exuberated and, displayed a sense of commitment to, wanting to free Nigerians from the clutches of what he considered to be a dictatorial system of government. So why is that the prominent issue here? Why should that kind of situation be coming from an administration that is meant to be calling for national unity and cohesion? Why? CP, I'm asking you.
Oh, I thought you're okay.
No, you were talking before I decided to come in there.
You see, the thing is very worrisome. It's really disturbing because with the crisis at hand, we are talking of insurgency, we are talking of terrorism, we are talking of kidnapping, armed banditry, hardship in the economy, hunger, cultism, and so on and so forth. These are the enemies of states that we should concentrate and come out with a straight line policy on how to dismantle each and every one of them. Those special advisors in quotes will not see such, dangerous dimensions or phenomenon that is raising its ugly and monstrous heads. It is how to hit heads of one tribe against the other. In what way is it going to pay us off? Or in what way is it going to, grow the economy or, foster a solution to the imbroglio we find ourselves? That is why, you see, sometimes you pick the wrong people and put them in very sensitive positions.
Okay.
Clear case of putting a square peg on a round hole. So I am in that school of thought that should look in the direction of being very thorough in people we put in position of responsibility.
Okay.
If any of them comes out to play this role, this shameless set of human beings are presently playing, they should be eased out without sentiments or without any bias whatsoever. In as much as it's an avenue to give them food, to put food in their table. Replace them, remove them to places that are less sensitive, where they cannot be seen nor heard. Let them just be doing office work and be writing memos and be suggesting things, become part of even the think tank. Not where they will be coming to open their mouth and be talking recklessly and irresponsibly and be inciting a set of Nigerians or a group or a tribe against the other tribe. It's not healthy. It will not bring harmony or unity or integration or internal cohesion amongst the tribes in Nigeria. The situation is such that this is the time we need to be realistic, we need to be nationalistic, we need to be altruistic, and think about the generations to come. Because what legacy are we leaving for the generations to come? These are things that should be primary and that should be key to each and every actor in the political space. You see, the direction I'm coming is that the state of the economy is in debilitating condition. We should think of first security so that institutional and foreign investors can think of coming here to do their investments and be rest assured that there won't be stories on the investment. If you conquer security, we will look at the direction of production in areas of revitalizing the industries and then getting the agriculture back on track. Because if you're able to have bountiful production and harvest, you have enough to feed your nation.
Exactly.
Then you may be lucky to have excess to export and earn foreign exchange. Because when you're not producing, you are a net consumer. That's where you have problem. And you cannot continue to depend only on monocultural economy, thinking of 99% oil production. What if the oil dries off tomorrow? That's one. And two, what if by peradventure things happen and the cost of crude falls from maybe around $80 per barrel that is hovering now and comes down to something like $20.
Okay.
The way Buhari met it in 2015. How do you wriggle yourself out of such tight situation? So these are the areas we will think of on how to move the economy forward. Now, coming further, the president had been bold enough to remove the fuel subsidy at the inception of his regime. And that removal of fuel subsidy is in line with the Petroleum Industry Act, PIA, that deregulates the downstream oil sector. Now, what do? We are expected to encourage indigenous investors in downstream oil sector, like Aliko Dangote and his Dangote refinery. Encourage them by making sure that things like the crude oil that they source as their raw materials for production of refined products should be coming from domestic sources, so that at least whatever he makes in terms of foreign exchange will naturally go into the foreign reserve for the nation and bolster whatever we have there. But if you are playing politics, very funny politics, and making him to go and import crude, maybe from America or from Mexico or wherever, he will be spending that much needed foreign exchange to go and bring in the raw materials. And by the time he finishes refining and put it in the market, these prices we are enjoying now that is declining will start going up. So the politics of oil is such that we even expect, I don't expect even the majors who are importing to in any way, have issues with what Dangote is doing. If they feel they cannot compete with the markets.
Thank you so much for watching the program. I appreciate you for your patience to watch from beginning to end. I hope you have learned a lot from this very program that I just played, this video. Please like and share the video. Share to all platforms. After sharing the video, now you can go to the comment section and put down your comments. Whatever suggestions, contributions you have to make, what do you think about the video I just played? Go to the comment section and put your comment. I will go to the comment section, and I bet you I am learning a lot from there, and you can equally learn from there. Let us share our experience on that comment section. Thank you so much, and stay blessed. Don't forget to share, and we continue to bless you as you share. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity, and equity. We move. Airborne.